Well, I don't know what happened then. Don't know what happened then. My shortcuts didn't work because I'm all set up weird because I'm away from home. So I've got my laptop and various leads and cables that I don't usually have, and I'm very well lit. I'm very white because the natural light is there. But I hope it's all right. I hope you can see me. I've got like a mic I don't usually use. Tell me if it's too loud. If it's too, it might be a bit loud actually. Let me turn it down. But welcome to Real Magic Reviews. Sorry I wasn't here last week. It was awful because I forgot. I thought I'd put something on saying I wasn't going to do one, and I didn't put it on, did I? So I'm sorry if you turned up last week and I wasn't here. I was at a juggling convention, arriving that day. Got my clubs out, started juggling, forgot about everything. I wasn't gonna be able to do one anyway. But yeah, so my bad. Terrible behaviour, no integrity whatsoever. But I apologise for that. If you're watching this in the future, hello. Come and join us at 5 UK time every Thursday, unless I don't turn up, but usually every Thursday. But also, like and subscribe if you like it. Check out onlinemagic.co, which is I always want to say cardmagiccourse.com because that's what it used to be, onlinemagic.co, and it's not Card Magic Course anymore because I've just uploaded 40 odd videos of coin magic and just about to upload like another 15, 20 on rope magic. So it's expanding as we speak, so to speak. So have a look at that. Importantly, David Williamson is going to be this time, well, in an hour this time next week. David Williamson is our guest. I do live sessions every week for online magic, and usually it's me, but every month-ish we have guest lecturers, and next week is David Williamson, which is going to be amazing, right? Brilliant. Also, another couple of little bits of housekeeping. Can you check out, I always forget to say this, I've started 2 new social media accounts. Instagram, my words aren't coming out at all. Instagram is SF, as in Steve Faulkner, Online Magic, SF Online Magic, at SF Online Magic, and the Facebook is the same, it's at Online Magic, facebook.com/SF Online Magic. So have a look at that. Links will be below, and links will also be below. That's what I was going to do. I've got a new course, which is an introduction to card magic. 3 really good card magic tricks, easy card magic tricks. I was going to say what they are, but now have a look at it. But importantly, I also teach a little bit on performance and dealing with nerves and practice and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really nice little course, completely free. The link will be down below. If you're a bit more advanced and you want something a bit more of a challenge, you have the Spread Cull course. The links will be down below for that as well. All free. Right. Blimey. Not getting words out. It's because it's really weird. I'm looking at a little screen on my laptop. I haven't got my lovely setup, so bear with me. But I am enjoying it. It's really nice to be here. Gary Edge Lambert, nice to see you, Gary. Hi Steve, just sitting down with a cup of tea, getting ready for this. Hope you're good. I'm good, thank you. JJ Herman, hi Steve, how you doing? Dave, how are you doing? Dave Anick, Dave Cook, got a very good product out which I'm going to be reviewing soon. But feel free to stick anything here, Dave. A link to it and all that. But yeah, really, it's going to be great. Hey, Flipped Out Overproductions. Have you ever tried Paul Gantner's Cups and Steel Balls? I want to get into the Cups and Balls, and all the routines I've seen, that's my favourite. I love the sound convinces. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I would definitely learn the standard Cups and Balls first, because then you haven't got to deal with that sound issue you're going to have. So learn the standard ones. Hey Steve, how you doing? Learn the standard ones. I'm talking to myself there on the screen. Steve Brownlee, great Sheffield magician, just turned up. Learn the standard routine, dive on routine, whatever. All the standard moves, and then adapt it, and then you'll be able to learn the Gertner one a lot more easy. But I just think it's great, and it is, isn't it? And anything with sound like that, it's like there's that Larry Jennings. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a kind of coins across in the hands thing, but he's got a lovely little moment where you drop a coin and it clinks, and it's a fake clink, and it's playing with all that. I love it, absolutely love it. Right, so today I'm gonna do a couple of comments. We haven't had loads because I put a review out yesterday with a juggling show. You've got to see that show if you can. If you're near Salisbury in a couple of weeks, it's just brilliant and so inspiring. You know, I'm getting more and more inspired by stuff out of magic at the moment, reading, listening to podcasts. The podcasts I listen to, I always tell people about. The Knowledge Project is just inspiring in so many ways, 'cause it's all people that are high performers in their habits and all that kind of thing. Tim Ferriss's podcast. Still getting really inspired by magic, of course, but the juggling convention was just very different from a magic convention. I think I'm going to do a different video on it. It was in some ways better, I think more healthy, in some ways just different. But yeah, just really interesting. Can't wait to the next magic convention, by the way. I'm not saying one's totally better than the other, but it's a very different thing, a very different feel. And I was trying to imagine a magic convention in that scenario, and it was, so it's interesting. But anyway, if you've been to both, I'd love to hear your comments. So yeah, I'm going to look very unprofessional and look at my phone, because it's where I can do it where I am at the moment. I'm away from home, as I mentioned, if you just arrived. So there's quite a funny comment there. I liked it. I'll do that in a minute, but let's just open the main ones. Again, I haven't done loads of reviews recently because Stevie's been a very, very busy boy. But what I wanted to talk about was mental play, all right? And a lot of people have got issues with apps, as I used to. I used to have this big thing. There's only 4 comments on it, but I think they're valid. One from you, Gary, of course. 4 comments, 1 from me, and 2 from me. So there's 2 comments. There's 2 comments. One of them says, "Pete, not available on Android, mate." 2 are from me, and 1's from Gary. So Gary, we're going to do your comment, and that's the one I want to talk about, because it made me think, and it's a great one. So I'll read a comment first. And by the way, don't disagree with you at all. Hi Steve, I can appreciate how this is clever. This is mental play, by the way, and if you haven't watched a mental play review, I loved it, absolutely loved it, but very valid point. I can appreciate sorry, I'm just in denial. That's it. It's massive now, clear as you like. I can appreciate how this is clever, but generally apps just don't do it for me. I'd like to like it, but see it as technology and not magic. I was at a friend's party recently, this is interesting, and used Cognito a couple of times. I haven't got that yet. Basically I haven't got it because I haven't got it free to review, so it means I haven't got it. When I used it with the Peak, it was not questioned. However, when I used the Reveal, which generally I don't because I think it's gimmicky, I did hear words, "You've got a clever app." Most likely down to the Neanderthal presentation. Now wherever I put my rude-shaped sponge balls. That's it, very good. Right, so a couple of things there. I totally get what you mean. So when magic apps were, I'll just turn this volume down a bit. When magic apps were first came on the market, Magic Corner, good to see you too. I didn't like the idea of even getting your phone out. Seemed preposterous to me. The minute you got your phone out, you've got an app. I totally agree, and there is, and I know the things I don't know the answer to, because a lot of apps have come away from the app now. Okay, so Wikitest, yes, you can get the phone involved at the beginning, but then it isn't involved in the whole presentation. I think that's a bit different. There's a lot of apps like that. The stranger things like that, the phone is integral to it. You're using it for something that isn't, hey, look, the trick's happening here. Look at this video of the screen. And so there's a split coming, isn't there? There's apps that are clearly, there's something happening on my phone, look at my phone, this is happening. And there's apps where the phone's kind of involved a little bit, but then gets put away. You look at CubeSmith, Time Smith, all the Smiths, Dave Smith, mate, I used to go to school with. Oh, sorry. I am a bit tired, I think. And I haven't had caffeine for 3 days, which is messing with me. But you know what I mean. Dice Smith, that one as well. This one does happen on the phone and is completely self-contained. So the video plays on your phone, all the things play on your phone. So I should not like it. I should be like, no, but then, Mark Kirsten's got apps that happen on your phone, but they happen on the phone, but there's stuff happening that makes the spectator think that they're seeing something on the phone that they're not. So example with mental play, it's here's my YouTube thing. The thing about mental play, and I think this is the same with different apps, is that yes, it's all contained on the phone, but even if someone thinks it's an app, some of the tricks are so good that they still are like, yeah, even if it's an app, how could you have known that? It's that stuff that's going on. And with that, there's things happening that you have to do, that you have to. It's the phone doesn't do it for you. The app doesn't do it for you. You've got to do some stuff, and you've got to practice some stuff, and you've got to get comfortable with some stuff. And that's all the layers that are built into this. So it's a little bit like, for me, it's like sleight of hand. You ever been at a gig, and you do a coin vanish and a complete vanish or something like that, and they react, and then somebody says, "Yeah, I know how it's done, mate. Sleight of hand," and they think they've caught you out. And I always say, "Well, yeah, of course it is. I'm not really magic," and that's fine. But they know it's sleight of hand, but they still can't. The magic is that they kind of know it can be done. And the cups and balls, they know that you put the melon and the oranges and the final loads under there. They just cannot get their head around how that happened. The coin under the watch. So I think the app thing's starting to be a little bit like that. It's starting to be like, well, I know it might be an app, but there's no way it can be, because I didn't say anything. I just thought of something, and he wrote on a bit of paper, and then you, like you said, you stick a centre tear in it, and it just takes it. The phone's always, it's there because you're showing them a video, and how else would you show them a video? You know, so and I'm not arguing against you, Gary. I think it's a really valid point, and I'm just sort of playing devil's advocate. Or you don't feel like that, and I think that's, and there is a bit of that in me as well. When I get the phone out, part of me goes, and that's it. So it's a really interesting point, and I think it's just preference. It's like any genre of magic. If you feel okay doing it, and you feel and you enjoy doing it, regardless of the responses, and I do mean that. I think even if the responses are okay, but you love doing it, do it. You don't have to, not every trick has to be a complete mind bender. It can just be something really cool and nice, and that's why I quite like sort of process tricks now, where they go through a process. They know it's someone to do the process, but they just can't get their head around how they did it because they did it. And I think that's a big thing. So with apps now, I'm starting to soften to them a lot. I'm starting to enjoy them. I'm starting to like the fact that if I haven't got a deck of cards or anything like that, I can get my phone out and do something amazing. And I cannot deny the responses. And like I said, responses aren't everything. But if you just want to get a response and do something, a decent app, one decent app on your phone is great. And it does kind of, it's an everyday object, so it kind of is strong because of that. Its strength is also its weakness, you know what I mean? It's this phone everybody's got, so everybody knows phones can do amazing things. So if you can still blow them away with a phone, or maybe it's happening on their phone, etc., or they go to a link on their phone, which you can with mental play, then it starts becoming something different. So I think that what's happening now, we're developing away from that. Like I always say, one of the first magic apps that I saw was the rising card. You code in the card and the card rises, a picture of a card. It's fine. Actually, one of the first apps I saw was the Nintendo DS one. Was it on the DS? Yeah, on the DS, the Magic Made Fun, which is great. Somebody fooled me with it. I have no idea how they were doing it. That's before apps, of course. So yeah, that's my little getting up on the high horse about apps. Don't disagree with you. I actually feel the same way. We're all paradoxical, aren't we? I feel the same way, but when I do it, I enjoy doing it, and actually I can see there's more to it. But yeah, like you said, if you mix it with a peak and all that, it's great. And that's the key, I think. So feel free to ask any questions on here. Magic Corner, good to see you as well. Check their channel out. Ezekiel, how are you? Hope you're well. And I did forget to mention in the review about Mental Play, it's not available on Android. Sorry about that. Don't shoot the messenger, etc. Right. Couple of things. Not much to say about Roller Coaster, because the show that I saw the other day, but just as I said, very, very healthy to go and see different kinds of shows. But there's a couple of things. Gary, again, wow, I'd love to have seen that performance. I flirted with juggling but never got beyond 4 balls. I don't know what it is, but it almost lends itself to a kind of meditation. It absolutely does. Mind and body in one and all that hippie stuff. You're right. And actually, I've said this before, I think juggling, I was down on juggling for years, and I was down on magic for years, actually, and I've realised that they both are really, really complementary. I love sitting back. For me, there's meditation as well, as I'm sure there is for you, is sitting with a deck of cards, learning stuff, and just, when you get into that flow, it's so wonderful. And of course, your phone goes up, so I'm really trying to kind of put the phone away, practice the stuff. I had a lovely time on the train. I took a train to the convention, and I ended up being on the train for like 5 hours. That was the best 5 hours I've had in weeks. It was just great. I just sat there watching this stuff and my reruns of my Steve Reynolds sessions, Great. So there is that, but it's static, right? It does incorporate the body, of course, but I think we can get a bit like that. So to get up and do something that uses almost like the same mechanism in our brains, but is more physical, but not over physical, because nobody wants, like, it's not. I'm not saying you have to all go to the gym for exercise, but doing something that is movement is incredibly important. Especially for me, I'm 48 and I'm starting to seize up a little bit. So if I don't move, I really, really feel it. So in that way, and then the head, heart, and gut thing, like your mind, your body, your emotions are all linked. So if you move, it makes you feel better, it makes you think more positively. I'm totally, I'm living proof of that. If I don't do that movement, I start getting depressed, basically. So I think it's, for some people, it's just a great thing. It's great. And now, when I learned to juggle, I had a book and I was trying to work it out, and then I had to find people, a bit like magic. And now there's some just wonderful stuff on. I'm trying to think of the woman online that does Trainer Tries. Yeah, I think brilliant tutorials. Yeah, I think that's. But no, it's not, is it? Taylor Tries. Yeah, I think. Anyway, there you go. But have a look at that. You'll find she's got loads of great stuff on there. Greg Bradburn, I really enjoyed this. I was a semi-professional magician and juggler in the mid-80s. I'm 55 years old and recently started doing magic again for grandkids, which is great. I may pull out my old props and see what I can still do. I hadn't juggled for years, and this it could be a metaphor for your magic as well. Like, certain bits of magic, you sometimes, if you don't do them for a while, you almost feel like it's too late and you're going to lose it. And you realise when you get the props out again, whether it's cards, coins, ropes, as I did, I looked at some rope stuff for the first time in a long time for the course I'm doing, and you kind of forget, it just all comes back. And even if it doesn't straight away, that process of it coming back is, I think, really, really pleasing and enjoyable. Just love it. There's so much we kind of dismiss and go, oh, it's too late to get into that. And I think, I learned to beatbox 2 years ago and I'm 48, so it's never too late. It might look ridiculous doing it, but that's a different thing. Anton, who I hung out with at the convention, marvellous gentleman. I saw the show twice at the British Juggling Convention. It was that good. If I could see it again, I'd definitely go. Sadly, I'm working next time he's in the UK, but I do recommend anybody to go and see it, regardless of whether you're a juggler, performer, magician. It's a great show for everybody. And Robert Ball, who's lovely, check his channel out, always great content. Go see that, basically, and go see everything. And go see bad shows as well, not just brilliant ones. I always say I learn probably more from bad shows. I get inspired by good shows and learn loads from bad shows. But there's that. And you might think that of my show if you saw that. And I'm doing a show in Sheffield with John Archer. John Archer's headlining, and Tom Elliott. And if you're in the UK, come see that. 26th of next month, May. That's it. Learn juggling, he says. JJ Herman. Absolutely, you should. It's a glorious thing. Right, I did say I had a nice comment. This is a comment from that came up the other day. I love these ones. This one says. This one's. Where is it? This one's from Johnny Deeman. Deeman. Johnny says, this is way back on my vending machine review by Sans Minds, a couple of years ago probably. I'm listening to The Sky. It's meant to be This Guy's. I'm listening to This Guy's, it's meant to be, but I think he said it, and he hasn't written it, and it says The Skies, as in the sky, there's the limit. I'm listening to The Sky's video. What the heck is he talking about? This guy is all over the place, not making sense. And there's no commas or anything in it. I'm listening to this guy's video. What the heck is he talking about? This guy is all over the place, not making sense. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to like that one. I'm not saying I disagree. But I just love stuff like that. It really tickles me. Just like properly. Not like it's not happy about it at all. And I'm sorry, I don't make much sense. I'm a bit of a waffler. It's an acquired taste, I believe. There you go. So, I'm going to go in a minute. Do please have a look at my Instagrams. Obviously, it's quite old place at the moment because I've just started it. And my plan is to close them all down and just have that. So SF Online Magic. That's not, and I'm definitely trying not to just go, hey, buy my course. It's actually little like mini blogs on there about practice and stuff, that trying to make stuff of value rather than just, you know, do that thing of, oh, I've got to post once a day, whatever it is. And anything you want, any questions you have that you'd like me to answer, do ask me anything, and I would love to help out. So that's that. Thanks very much. I'm going to press the wrong button in a minute. It's all going to go wrong, and it's going to be a really messy ending, but that's okay. Go and have a look at onlinemagic.co as well. Just go and have a look at it and sign up for the bloggy stuff, and I won't spam you, I promise. Promise. Right then. I think that's it. Let me press the right button. No, it didn't work last time. I'm going to have to do it with my actual mouse, aren't I? Right, if the logo's going to come up now. Please like and subscribe. See you later. Have a great one.